Howard Wolfson, David Bonior,
David Bonior,
Robert Gibbs, Terry McAuliffe,
Scott McClellan, Harold Ickes,
Ickes,
Tom Daschle,
Carl Levin, Mandy Grunwald, Ed Rendell,
Chris Dodd, Bill Nelson, Mark Sanford, Howard Dean, James Roosevelt Jr.,
James Roosevelt, Howard Dean.
The fact is that we actually did what Michigan and Florida asked us to do.
It was our duty as a rules committee to honor the rules so that we don't have chaos next time. We did that last night.
Haven't decided yet, Tim. Have not had a chance to talk with Senator Clinton at any length about it.
Isn't the Democratic race over?
No, not at all. You know, we do have these important contests today and on Tuesday. We expect a lot of voters to come out. We hope to do well, especially today. And we're going to continue to make the argument to superdelegates.
But Senator Obama took his name off the ballot, but he was eager to get all 55 uncommitted yesterday. Took them willingly. Argued for them, took them, and in fact reached over and grabbed another 4 from Hillary.
I have never in the history, and I've been involved with this party for 30 years, and I was the last chairman of this great party, I have never seen a party take away votes from someone who earned them, and that has been our complaint coming out of yesterday.
They took the votes, the delegates, and apportioned them the way they chose. They had nothing to do with the way votes were made in Michigan.
If he's so interested in getting this settled, why did he have his agents take 4 delegates from Hillary Clinton? That is not a way to settle something.
Harold Ickes was the individual who on this committee voted to penalize these states for going out of order.
I kept waiting in our discussions all week and then our lengthy discussions this weekend for Harold to come up with a better plan to how to represent the voters of Michigan. He never did that.
We're going to fight for the full vote. We're assured we're going to get a full vote.
Who assured you of that?
Both candidates.
The only person she beat was me. I was the only candidate on the ballot in Michigan other than uncommitted.
Well, I'm happy with Florida. I would have preferred it to be that all the delegation got a full vote.
I am not a Clinton insider. I'm not inside the campaign mechanism. But I believe she'll do the right thing for America. And I don't think we're going to fight this at the convention.
And I think sometime this week, we'll probably have a nominee for the Democratic Party.
Will Barack Obama win South Dakota?
It's going to be close. It's going to be very competitive. The Clintons have campaigned well.
But you're on television with TV ads.
Well, that's no guarantee you're going to win.
Is this a referendum on Tom Daschle?
It was a tough decision for him because it was the church in which, of course, he was came to Christianity.
So what do you think?
This whole notion of change that you can believe in has been questioned, or common sense that you can believe in has been questioned by the events that have been uncovered. I mean, these different, preacher pulpit episodes.
I think he should have been stronger in condemning those remarks specifically. Senator Obama gave a fairly generic response to what were some very pointed and specific attacks against Senator Clinton.
You want to be the running mate?
But it's not on my radar screen. I'll worry about that lightning strike if it comes my way.
I haven't been asked. I don't expect to be asked.
But would you like to serve in government again?
That's a possibility.
White House Chief of Staff.
Well, Tim, that's premature. We've got to win an election, and if I can help along the way, I'd like to do that.
This book takes aim at Washington, and there are many in Washington that we're not going to be happy with it. I knew that going in. This is an indictment of the culture in Washington.
Do you believe the president should have fired Karl Rove?
That's a question that the president had to make, and he chose not to.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I think he should have stood by his word. I think the president should have stood by the word that we said. The most important lesson is that it's important to speak up at the time, and I was young, and I probably should have spoken up about some of these issues sooner. When he was asked about questions, were you involved in this? He said, I did not know her name, I did not leak her name. It's pretty disingenuous. I think most people, most objective observers realize that now.
Can I just say a lot of behind the scenes about John Dickerson? There's
Go read it. It's page 206.
No, the golden-haired boy, and how you ask a question. You knew I'd embarrass you on this, but
so this happens with our gender all the time.
I know, it's true. We talk about your hair color.
If Senator Obama does hit that magic number this week of 2118, will Senator Clinton get out of the race?
Well, I reject the premise. I'm the chairman of her campaign.
Even if he reaches the magic number, she won't end her campaign?
I'm not going to accept the premise of the question.
We expect to get the nomination. We don't accept the premise of your question.